Boom! The SEC has surrendered its appeal against Ripple. We scored a huge win. But wait, Ripple hasn't dropped its appeal yet. What's going on? Let's dive in. What's up, my XR billionaires and legal eagles of the crypto world? Welcome back to Gold Rush Crypto Daily, your #1 source for all the latest updates in the Ripple saga and the wider crypto landscape. I'm your host, Gold Rush, and today we're dissecting the latest twist in the epic battle between Ripple and the SEC. In this video, we're breaking down why Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says the company is still considering its cross-appeal against the SEC, even after the SEC decided to throw in the towel on their own appeal. We'll explore the sticking points, the fine, the injunction, and what this could mean for the final resolution of this multi-year legal battle. You absolutely need to watch until the end to get the full picture. Okay, let's bask in the glow of yesterday's incredible news. Ripple secured a massive victory when CEO Brad Garlinghouse himself declared that the SEC has agreed to drop its appeal in the long-running XRP lawsuit. This is a monumental win that has been years in the making and has undoubtedly had a significant impact on Ripple's operations in the US. While the SEC's decision still needs formal commission approval, it feels like a huge weight has been lifted. But here's where things get a little more nuanced. Remember that Ripple also filed a cross-appeal weeks after the SEC challenged Judge Analisa Torres's decision. Now that the SEC has agreed to drop their appeal, the big question is, what is Ripple going to do with their cross-appeal? Well, as of right now, no decision has been made. The fact that Ripple hasn't immediately dropped their cross-appeal definitely suggests there's still some unfinished business here. They clearly feel there are still issues that need to be addressed. Speaking in a recent interview with Bloomberg, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse shed some light on why this decision is taking time. He pointed to the $125 million fine that Judge Torres ordered Ripple to pay for violating federal securities laws, as well as the permanent injunction against the company's future sales to institutions, as major points of contention. Garlinghouse mentioned that he was actually prepared to walk away from that $125 million fine before the SEC decided to appeal and before the political landscape shifted with President Trump appointing several pro-crypto policymakers. However, under the current, arguably more pro-crypto SEC leadership, his reasoning has changed. He emphasized that Ripple believes this case should never have been initiated in the first place, and he noted that even the regulator seems to share that sentiment now, given their decision to drop the appeal. It's understandable that Ripple feels the fine and injunction are unjust, especially after securing a significant legal victory by establishing that XRP itself is not a security. They've fought long and hard, and they likely want a complete and clean resolution. Garlinghouse interestingly stated that Ripple is now at a crossroads. They have to decide whether to continue pursuing their cross-appeal to try and resolve these remaining issues, the fine and the permanent injunction, or to potentially reach an agreement with the SEC to drop everything, including Ripple's cross-appeal, in exchange for some concessions. It's worth noting that Ripple has already partially complied with Judge Torres's decision by paying the $125 million fine, which is currently being held in escrow. And as Garlinghouse himself remarked in the interview, we would not mind having that back. You can't blame them for wanting to recover that hefty sum. The fact that the fine is already paid and sitting in escrow definitely gives Ripple some leverage in these ongoing discussions. They've shown their willingness to comply, but they also clearly believe they deserve a better outcome. Meanwhile, prominent pro-crypto lawyer Fred Rispoli has weighed in on the situation, expressing surprise that the SEC decided to drop their appeal without first requiring Ripple to dismiss their cross-appeal. This is unusual in legal proceedings. However, Rispoli speculated that there might already be a behind-the-scenes agreement in place. He suggested that the parties may have reached a preliminary understanding where Ripple would agree to drop its cross-appeal in exchange for the SEC potentially agreeing to a reduced fine. Interestingly, Rispoli didn't specifically mention the permanent injunction in his speculation. Rispoli's perspective makes a lot of sense. It's highly probable that there are ongoing negotiations happening behind closed doors. A reduced fine in exchange for Ripple dropping the cross-appeal could be a win-win scenario for both parties, allowing them to finally put this long and arduous legal battle behind them. So where do we go from here? It remains to be seen whether Ripple and the SEC will ultimately reach a comprehensive agreement to drop everything related to Judge Torres's civil penalty. The fact that Ripple is still considering its options indicates that they are serious about resolving those remaining issues. Whether they choose to continue the cross-appeal or negotiate a settlement, it's clear that they are aiming for the most favorable outcome possible after this hard-fought legal battle. The XRP community will undoubtedly be watching closely for any further developments. Imagine if Ripple manages to get the fine significantly reduced or even completely dropped as part of a final settlement. That would be an absolute knockout blow to the SEC and a massive victory for Ripple and the entire XRP ecosystem. This is a truly pivotal moment in the Ripple saga, crypto fam. What are your thoughts on Ripple's next move? Do you think they should continue the cross-appeal or try to reach a settlement with the SEC? Let me know your predictions in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this in-depth analysis, don't forget to smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed to Gold Rush Crypto Daily yet, hit that button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future XRP updates. This entire legal battle has had far-reaching implications for the entire cryptocurrency industry. Ripple's victory in establishing that XRP is not a security was a landmark moment. A complete resolution of the remaining issues, the fine and the injunction, would not only be a huge win for Ripple, but could also provide much-needed clarity and regulatory guidance for other digital assets in the US. This could potentially pave the way for greater innovation and adoption within the crypto space. A final, clean resolution to this case would be a massive step forward for the entire crypto industry. It would send a strong message that clarity and common sense can prevail in the regulatory landscape. So what's your take on Ripple's next move? Are you optimistic about a final, comprehensive resolution with the SEC? Let's continue the discussion in the comments below. If you found this update valuable and informative, please give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to Gold Rush Crypto Daily for more timely crypto news, and share it with your fellow XRP enthusiasts. Thank you all so much for tuning in and staying informed with Gold Rush Crypto Daily. Be sure to check out our other videos for more in-depth crypto analysis and exciting news.